Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the live. This is John and Jenna from Flipping Ain't Easy. And I'm willing to bet that you guys know that we were scrambling before going live. And it's just been a rough, um, good and bad, rough weekend, couple days. I mean, we've had, like the header says, we've had some pretty good sales. And of course, spending a lot of our time not only packing, shipping, listing, of course, getting stuff taken to get delivered. And it's been a pretty busy day for that. Couple things before we begin. If you're with us live, please comment, during the live, put your questions in the live. You help drive the program. If you're watching us after the fact, then sorry you couldn't make it, but please put your questions and comments down below. But no matter how you're watching, hit that like button. That helps drive the the YouTube algorithm and tells us that we're doing a pretty good job in making these live streams. Real quick, want to sort of put this out there and dedicate this live stream to a family member. That's part of the deal that we've been dealing with. Unfortunately, Friday evening, Jenna's cousin, uh, she passed away Friday night with a heart attack, and it's just been a really tough time. And Jenna was like worried about being ready for the show and being disheveled. And I said, just don't worry about it. This is a community. And so I just thought it would be just something to put out there and just let you guys know what we're going through. And so it's been just kind of a hectic thing, just trying to get everything organized between family members and things like that when this type of thing happens. So, so that's what we have going on now. The topic at hand is the economy, and you see all these bank runs and stuff like that. I choose to kind of ignore that, only in that it's not anything you can or I can control. What you can control is your listing habits. And, we're having this conversation on Monday, and, it's a way to get motivated. When you see sales happen, that should light a fire under your butt. Okay. You guys can hear my voice. It's still not good. I mean, I feel good, but my voice ain't good. But, Jenna's not feeling well. She's been busting her butt out there, even though we probably should be resting, but that's just the name of the business, right? You got to fill the orders when they come in. And, the orders are coming through, guys. Money is being spent. And see, I'm looking at two accounts. I'm looking at the main account, where I have higher ASP stuff. You guys know this. Looking at my secondary account where I threw all my crap, essentially, stuff that's, under 20, 30 bucks. And I'm getting sales on both accounts. And really, the secondary account's not getting the kind of love that I've been wanting to give it, but it's just been so much going on that it's kind of playing a second fiddle, but yet it's getting sales. Now, when I do my sourcing, I go online, do online arbitrage, buying liquidation online all the time. And finding over the last 3-4 weeks, things that I would normally pay $10 for, I'm having to spend 15 to 20 for the same thing. Things I'm buying for 30 to resell for 150, I'm going to have to pay 40 or 50 if I want that same item. So it tells me that there's other people getting money out there. Now, where's this money coming from? Can't just be coming out of thin air. We're talking about a bad economy. Where's this money coming from? And it's tax returns. A lot of people are getting their taxes returns back, and they're using that money to maybe buy stuff that they want, or maybe looking to take that money and flipping, for inventory, that type of thing. Not saying that's happening in every case, but even if there's an increase in buyers by 10 to 20% because of that reason, that may explain the uptick in sales. So if you're sitting on merchandise right now, get it going, get it up. I mean, even if it's just putting a basic listing together, and you come back in later and fix it up, because even a bad listing has a chance to sell over a listing that doesn't exist at all. If you have stuff that you're sitting on, like I've got a bag of clothes here in the corner, at some point I need to get that stuff listed. Now, I have good inventory right now. That's part of the reason why I'm getting good sales. I have another, like I said, we had a pretty good weekend. We have Friday wasn't that good, like $150 on this main account. Now, this is just the main account. I think the other account had $130 in sales. We have Saturday was over $600. Sunday over 500. Today's over 400. So, and usually Monday falls off after a decent Sunday for me. So it's just about getting churning, getting sales. It gets me motivated to get more stuff up, because once you get sales, you got to replenish the stuff that you have in your store. The sales aren't going to continue to happen if all the good stuff's already sold. So hopefully they get someone motivated to get in there, get your stuff up. Right now is the time, a really good time of year to really maximize your sales. So with that said, wanted to see who we have here today. We have Mark Suddick, Kevin Hawthorne, Sandra Hoyer, sorry, Biscuit Butt. I'll get it right once in a while, I promise. Jovial Juggler, PTS Treasures, Leonard Kasakowski, Art Betzold, Great Deals Depots in the house. Ed, the reselling writer, glad you can make it with us today. Raul Solis, Edward McHugh, That Stranger, Because I Said So, and Simplify Design. No One Design is in the house. So we got a lot of you I didn't even mention, but I'll get to your comments here as we go. I was trying to actually scramble to get a little 12-second clip put in here to show you. We just received, and I wasn't even planning on getting this today, the liquidation company that we're dealing with told me that, hey, you're going to get a call from the carrier who has your pallet, and they're going to deliver it, but they'll make an appointment first. So, of course, this morning I get a phone call. It's a local number. I answer it, and I had a feeling it was the dispatch, but it turned out to be the darn driver wanting to know what my gate code is. So I'm like, okay, well, that means you're here. I said, well, I was thinking maybe just have them send it back and I'll just make an appointment when I'm ready. But when you do that, who knows what's going to happen with the pallet? It could get sent back. So I said, you know what? We'll just make it work. So we actually had them move the pallet to our driveway. And because we had so much shipping to do today.
Shut the garage.
It's open. It's fine. It's fine. We had so much shipping to do today that we're like, okay, thank goodness for daylight savings time. We have an extra hour of sleep, or actually daylight, and less 1 hour of sleep. And we'll just park that thing out there. When we're done with the live stream, we'll get out there and we'll put together an unboxing video. So as soon as we're done here, we're going to do the unboxing video, and I suspect that that'll be out sometime tomorrow if you're interested. I have no idea what's in it. It's wrapped in like a black wrap, so I have no idea. It's just supposed to be like a Sam's Club returns pallet, and I'll give you all the details of the company and everything when we're doing it. So that's good stuff. Let's see. Mark Suddick's in the house. Hello, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you and Jenna are feeling better. I played golf with a friend that came out of town on yesterday, and I was fine. I feel fine, but this voice doesn't want to leave. My old voice may not come back. It feels like this might be the guy you have to deal with.
He's feeling froggy for the rest of his life.
Yeah. So yeah, Jenna's, she's not feeling so great, but I could have told you that because she has what I had, and it's going to be another few days of just feeling crappy. But she's a trooper. She threw on her war paint, and she's here with us today. So
it's not very good war paint, but hey.
Yeah, well, I mean, who am I? I'm not anything special. But unfortunately, we're not here.
Clothed today, okay?
Well, we're not here for a fashion show. We're here for the community to get together, talk reselling, kind of get a pulse of how sales are for you. and just kind of shared that with you here. My other account is probably making about a 75 to $100 a day, which is expected with that type of stuff. A lot of just LPs, records, things like that. If you guys are familiar with my second account. Kevin Hawthorne's in the house. Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Do you have your voice all the way back? Nope. This could be my voice here.
Very white.
Yeah. Hey, baby. I'm not going to do that here. So this could be my voice from here on out. I mean, it's getting better. So. It sometimes just feels like it's never going to happen. It's been so.
It's just a long, drawn out sickness. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And the worst thing is I can't even sing, guys. I cannot sing anymore. And
he can, but
it was never good.
Simon Cowell would not be impressed.
So I don't even play my music, and when I'm working right now, because it's just I can't. So Sandra says, hi everyone. Hope you're both feeling better. All good in Northwest Indiana. Sales a little slow, but selling more higher priced items. And I think that's the key. It's the key that I think I unlocked. I mean, Jenna, she's out there and she's like, I'm tired of these large items, right? And I said, well, what would you rather have? Would you rather have the smaller $10 deals? We have maybe 2 to 3 times this amount of packages to deal with, or just dealing with the larger items. See, this is getting out of the comfort zone. Nobody wants to deal with these larger pain in the butt items that we have to trek to the UPS store to drop off. I already did one load and I've got another load to do after this live stream, but it's just the name of the game, guys. It's making money, and it doesn't matter how pretty it is, as long as at the end of the day, we're keeping score by what you make, what gets sent to your bank account. That's what matters. Archie's in the house. Let's see if Wolfman John sounds any better. Let's see. We have Jovial Jugglers, party people in the house. What's up? What's up? PTS Treasures. Leonard's in the house. Art Bets Hold. Great Deals Depot is in the house. Hello, you sound better. Well, I do. My voice is kind of going in and out. I can kind of feel it. Let's see. Homepage said it was down all day until 20 minutes ago. Not sure what that is. For eBay, I have eBay up. So I've had eBay up doing the shipping. Ed says, hey, John and Jenna, you sound way better. Well, good. I'm glad I sound better. I don't feel like I sound better, but I guess I do. So sorry, you guys. Hugs. Raul says, hello, all. Leonard says, hugs. Edward McHugh from Central Florida. That stranger, sorry about your cousin Jenna. Just walked in. Is Jenna okay? Yeah, she's just been working with her sisters to try to figure this all out.
My cousin didn't have she wasn't married, and she has no children, and she's 2 years older than me, and so she has two older brothers, but one lives in Hawaii, and so he's kind of hard to reach. But me and my sisters have been working with my cousin, her brother, to make plans, and it's just been a very, very difficult weekend. As I'm sure you guys could understand, something so sudden when somebody's completely what you think is healthy and then is gone within minutes. And so it's very difficult. And then to have to try to go through all of, the sickness that I feel and the business and still running the household, it's just a lot. And
if she wasn't
I'll
feeling,
get through it, but it's just it's very trying.
Yeah, if she wasn't feeling as bad as she does, she actually would have just gone out there, over the weekend when it happened to be with her family. But unfortunately, she's not going to go and spread the love that much. I don't
want anybody to get sick, so I chose not to just drive out there on a whim, because I found out it was Saturday morning at 2 a.m. So, it's just been a rough weekend, and I'll get through it.
So No One Design says, hey, Jen and John, where's Barry? We sold a Barry White album over the weekend, and I hope that the voice went with it, to be honest with you. Ed says, I'm sorry, Jenna. Great Deals Depot. My condolences to you and your family. Lori Brackmeyer says, Jenna, the pain and love in your eyes is truly beautiful, lifting you up in prayer. Awesome. Biscuit Butt, Jenna, I authorized you to take the week off, full pay times 2.
Thank you.
But who am I going to replace her with? You know what? I got to tell you though, if look, she told me I don't want to do any listing, and I'm like, well, fine. If you want to do the shipping, that really helps me, frees me up to get stuff done with the other parts of the business. So that would kind of put me back if she was out. But it is what it is. We gotta make do, right? Because I sent so just read some comments. Sorry, Jenna. Semper Fi is in the house. Condolences, Jenna. Semper Fi says all the stuff I have to list, that's going to take a while, but sales are steady. Yeah, but it's better to get
one at a time and get them up.
Maybe even take a little more time than you had planned to take, over the next few weeks to get your stuff up, because the last thing you want is to say, okay, I don't have a lot to ship. Here we are in June, July, when things historically slow down, and now you have plenty of time to get stuff listed and nothing's selling, or things aren't selling as well as they were when people, are trying to spend their money. So find ways to get that stuff up if you have to. Like I said, even a bad listing is better than no listing. The Flipping Sports guy says, have the server issues, eBay crashes, shutdowns affected your sales too? I mean, I guess in theory, I see like James from My Boring Reseller Life. He's posting things almost on a daily that, server issues, 9 hours, 10 hours. How do you know? I mean, look, how do you know you just had a bad sales day versus, wow, I'm having a good one, right? So when I'm getting good sales, I mean, they turn the spigot on and, there's no server issues. And maybe Thursday, Friday, when I didn't have such great sales, I think I had about 150 in sales on my main account. Or was it because of eBay? So look, I guess there's always going to be those kind of problems with eBay. We just have to accept it. It's out of our control. I would rather just keep doing what I can do, and that's just pushing forward, getting as much stuff as I can listed, and let the chips fall where they may. Keen is in the house, or Michael. Jovial Juggler says, wishing you peace and comfort during this difficult time. Hang in there, Jenna. Dirt is better than diamonds, girlfriend. You're one strong lady. Admire your commitment.
Thank you, guys. It really means a lot.
Yeah.
I needed some kind of normalcy today, and I appreciate that.
Ed says, oh, let's see what I could buy from your pallet this time. I think it's going to be a lot better pallet, I think, because when I told...
we haven't opened it yet.
But I told them, like, this is what I buy. I don't buy anything random. So they asked me kind of what I look for in a pallet. Now, from what I understand, with most liquidation companies, you contact the liquidation company. You can be in touch with a sales rep. They are motivated to move product and to let them know what type of product you're looking for. If they have it, they're going to try to get it in your hands. So, and I'll share all that information when I do the video, release it probably tomorrow is when we'll put it out. JRKR 1964, today is very slow so far on eBay. That's because I'm not turned on today. It's definitely a thing. So a beautiful thing about eBay is you can make money even when you take a day off. You can't do that on your 9 to 5. You take a day off unless you're on salary, but even then your salary is based on your 5-day commitment to the company. It's not based on a 7-day deal.
I don't think that's what he meant. I think that his store is not turned
on. I know that. I know. I get it. Or he's just not motivated today.
Could go either way.
But what I'm saying is, look, if you're taking a day off, look, I'm just not feeling it. Then just double your efforts tomorrow. But that's why drafts, I think, are very important, because you're going to have days where you're sick. You're going to have days where you're just not feeling it. You want to do something different. Maybe all of us need time to get away from the business, take a moment. And sometimes if you're kind of playing behind the 8 ball and you haven't listed in a couple of days and you want to get some momentum going, you got to get it going. So take that day where you're feeling it, where you got the music out there playing and you're really kind of rocking out in a groove. Say, you know what? I've met in your mind, how many I normally do. Start making drafts, because you never know when that rainy day is going to happen and you're going to want to have access to that time.
That's a woman.
What?
She's saying I'm Jen, not a guy.
Did I say it was a guy?
I don't know.
Oh,
She's just
sorry, Jen. But, or maybe I said to you, this guy. Sorry. It's hard to tell
maybe
based on
I
the name.
said it. I don't know.
No one designs, so don't worry, your name is barrier if your voice don't come back. Biscuit says, no one tell John and Jenna, but I'm going to raid that pallet on the driveway while I'm live. Ask a lot of questions, peeps, so I can take my time. Well, hey, if it's the only way to get you over here.
So far into Utah, he won't make it this far.
I mean, making ribs on my smoker doesn't get you over here. I mean, what else will?
Yeah, well, maybe he's motivated by pallets. I don't know.
What does he need product for? He's just going to sit on it anyway.
True that.
So maybe you should come by and store it for me for a while, so when I'm ready to actually do it. Barry from Flip It Ain't Easy sounds okay. JR says sexy voice, LOL. Is your puppy pink or is it just a reflection?
No, he's not pink.
It's probably the pink lighting that we have.
Yeah, it is kind of like a reflection.
Speaking of the puppy or the dog, he's not a puppy. He's like 7 years old now.
He's 6.
7.
7?
Yeah, that's why they say he's old. The little skin graft that they did on the tail worked because the alternative was.
Did we tell them?
I don't know if we did or not, but yeah.
I don't want to tell them. I mean, I'm already having a rough day. Can we not just? I was grooming him and I cut his tail off.
Not all the way.
Not
it was just
all
a tip.
Way. It was about that much, and he had to be rushed to the emergency room.
Then they wrapped it, gave it a few days, wouldn't stop bleeding, so they had to go in and do like a graft and with stitches and all that, and that worked because the next stage is going to be some kind of surgery.
It wasn't healing; it was still oozing and whatever. I'll spare you the details, but it wouldn't heal, and so they were actually contemplating cutting the rest of it off and just he'd have a little nub. But anyway, he's doing better. His tail looks great.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, he was never really in pain. He was running around with his toy in his mouth the whole while with his tail all wrapped up, all crazy. And then he would try to mess with it. So we'd put him in we'd put him in his little lampshade thing. And so he was running around with that on for a while. So yeah, COVID is what we think it is. Based on I'm not going to
almost 100% positive it is.
I mean, getting tested, what does that do? I mean, you
all
feel
it does is just confirm, oh, you're sick.
Yeah. And we already know that. Thanks. So, are we guaranteed a sale because I got one? Yeah, you got to hit that like button first. Yeah, you got to
hit the like button.
Yeah, hit the like button. That generates a sale for you guys within the next 24 hours. So it works. It seems like it works for a lot of people. Mark says just hit the like button. Got 2 sales 3 minutes after it works. Woo! Everyone hit that like button. Yeah. Art says when I went to eBay, said it was down, unable to do anything. Oh. Really? Yeah, it's up, and it may be one of those server things. Might be based on the area of the country that you're in. Yeah. Lakina says, "I'm sorry." Marcos says, "Sorry, Jenna." Sending positive vibes and hugs. Awesome, thank you. Leonard says, "Got my sale for the like." Bill York's in the house. Sandra says, "Remember to hit a like button. It works every time for me." Gail says, "Hi, John and Jenna. Hello, rest of fam. I may have been packing to move." Oh, that sucks. Moving is one of the worst.
It's terrible.
I mean, it's kind of it's about right there.
I'll pray for you.
It's about right on par with like hospitalization. I mean,
I'm sure some people would not agree, but
it sucks.
We do not like it at all.
Backyard Mowing says, "I just want to know what they do with all the James tickets at eBay. That's the big question." I thought I used to call a lot to eBay. He's got and I think he probably has an anchor store, so he has someone that he can communicate with. I guarantee you this much. If he had one of the Philippines reps always answering, he probably would have gave up a long time ago. He would have said, "Oh, I forget it." Wanda says, "Hi, folks. Sending prayers, love, and hugs your way, Jenna. So sorry about your loss." Biscuit Butt says, "Server issues affecting John for sure. Only 500 a day in sales instead of 800. Hey, I got to tell you, Archie, that 800,
500.
That 800 is because I can probably do more if I manage my day better. And I'm still trying to give attention to the secondary account which ain't making even close to that. But I want to move the merchandise anyway, and it supplements the money. I mean, we're talking about maybe $2,000 in sales a month.
It
So,
all adds up, regardless of
yeah.
how it all, how it comes together. It all goes into the same pot.
But really, though, going forward, I mean, at least for the time being, I mean, my efforts should be focused on what's really making the money. So if you have a bunch of things, right? I think we've talked about this before. It isn't about how many items you can get listed, because I think sometimes you're so focused on the number instead of how much money you're putting in your store. And it's about how much money you're putting into your store. So when you're looking at your listings, you'll see a number. This is how many listings you have. But if you scroll down, it'll say results 1 of 200 out of whatever amount you have in your account, and it'll say how much money you have. So I have 312 items in my store currently, my main one, and I have over 10,700 items. I'm sorry, $10,700 in not MSRP, but value, what I have priced these items at, right? And of course, I've done my homework, priced them to sell, which also helps because, we want to maximize what we make. But if we're priced too high, it don't even matter. You got to have, that's just another discussion for another time, but get your stuff listed and don't cheat with the $5 and $10 items. If you have $40 and $50 items, yeah, they might be a little bit more difficult to list, might be more pain in the butt. They might be larger. They might be just something you've been avoiding, but get those things listed, guys. Troy says, server issues affecting John for sure. Actually, I'm reading Biscuit Butt. About a month ago, I had a handful of 99-cent auction items that went unsold. I never relisted any of them. Last week, I got a notification of 3 bids received. Okay, and you never relisted them. That's odd. That is really odd. Flipping Sports Guy, I don't think they actually open any tickets for James. They probably don't. They probably tell him what they want. A lot of those reps, they're good at telling you what you want to hear and, playing the okie doke game and then getting you off the line.
Probably has his own personal Bob.
Let's see. JRKR James has so many items that I would think he could tell if he doesn't have anything happen for a number of hours. In theory, I guess so. But again, I'm still waiting for someone to explain to me exactly how this server thing works. Do you have servers by state? Is it by region? How do you know? How do you know if it's affecting you? Let's see. Troy says eBay always willing to help out a seller. Glad I still have the items and not donated them. I mean, it's a good place to sell. I know we poo-poo on eBay all the time. In many cases, rightfully so. But I mean, we wouldn't be still listing and dealing with the crap on eBay if it wasn't a good place to sell. Flipping Sports Guy says, even with all James listing, if it's long tail stuff, it's long tail stuff. You're going to have periods and no sales. But my argument with that is there's reasons for it, but you're talking about a 45,000 item store. And even if you're averaging 100 items that you're shipping out a day or you're selling a day, that's like a 1 in 400, 100, 450 sale ratio. And I think that's way too low. I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I'm sure I'm not even anywhere near where some of you guys could be. But if I'm selling like 6 or 7 out of 300, that's pretty good for an everything store. And that's kind of where we're at, like between 6 and 7 items per day on them. That's just the main account. The other account is closer to, and I think my secondary account isn't all that good at all, guys. I'm just looking at the stuff. It's not that good. And we're still getting maybe 1 out of every 100 items that we have listed is the ratio of sales per day. Can you imagine if that was the ratio that James had, the money hand over fist that he would be making? And he gets a lot of the same kind of stuff as on my secondary account, a lot of stuff from the bins, a lot of randomness. And I love when people ask me questions during the live, but a lot of randomness. And I suspect that it has everything to do with his listing formula. He gets a lot of items up, but if he was to hire someone on Fiverr to go in there, maybe negotiate a per listing fee to go in and fix all the item specifics to be specific to that item, and fix a lot of things with the item description and stuff like that, his sales would at least, I think, go from 1 to every 450 to maybe 1 to every 200 at least, even with the kind of stuff that he has. But, it is what it is. It is. If he's happy with what he's making, then, all more power to him. Like I said, not going to dog the guy. I think the guy, he loves eBay. He loves what he does. That I totally admire. I admire his dedication to the business. And I'd say if most of you guys watching right now had half of the drive that man has to get stuff listed and to make eBay work, you'd be pretty happy with your sales. War Pig, my sales are horrible today, only $205. And some people would say that's a great day for them. It just depends. It's all relative. I would say I would not, based on what my sales have been, I wouldn't be happy with $205. I think I had 150 on Friday, and I wasn't happy about it. But at the same time, I didn't get panicky. Just got to get, what else do I have that I can list today and get that stuff up? JRKR says I've listed between 15 and 25 a day, so very consistent. Ed says I was not motivated as well as being sick this weekend. I still made about 300 while sleeping and getting better. What other job can you be sick and make money? eBay is just this, or reselling is, I guess. But even right now, even when the economy's bad, reselling can be good if you're selling the right thing.
You're a slacker.
Yeah, you're a slacker, Ed. You should have made 600 while you were sick. What's wrong with you?
Leave that alone.
Ricardo says, greetings, John and Jenna. Blue skies and sunshine before another rainstorm tomorrow for the OC. Do they send any tortillas in the pallet? You guys will know tomorrow, right?
Ricardo's an OG.
Let's see. Biscuit Bus says, word has it Jenna accidentally cut the tip on John while grooming him too. She don't get to groom me. Nope.
No.
No One Design says it should be okay if we end the live a bit earlier today. Sure, we can all agree it was warranted under the circumstances. Jenna, you need your time. We'll see where it goes. We have a lot going on, of course, but we feel like it's important, not because of, of course, the channel, is something we do Monday through Friday. This is something we like to do. We enjoy spending the time with you guys, talking shop with you guys, and it gives us something to look forward to. So
it breaks up the monotony of the day-to-day, everyday things. And, unfortunately, when something tragic happens, you kind of just have to roll with the punches. And, being that we are our own bosses in our own business, we still have to make money. We still have to, pay for the roof over our head. It's not going to do itself. And so as much as I am hurting and I am, being sick, it makes it that much harder. But, even though I'm heartbroken and I've got a lot on my plate as far as, what's to come in the next few days, it still has to work. Like, I still have to do laundry. I still have to ship packages. It doesn't end because something happens.
Yeah. Truman Lost in Time Picker says, hello all. Hello, John and Jenna. I hit the like button. Can I trade in my one sale on traffic on my stores to begin to move off the numbers this morning? Numbers have frozen since this morning.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
Man.
What can you do?
Well, hit the like, see what it does.
Sounds like another special server issue, LOL. And then Ricardo says, I hope the palette is a smashing success.
I hope
Click the like and receive the cha-ching a few seconds ago. There you
Woo!
go. Tommy says, I called eBay and put in a ticket to keep all glitches and server issues. and that's just it. I mean,
Freaking Tommy.
you know, um, he put out a little thing, on Instagram, you know, I think
Who's he?
Tommy
Oh,
put out a thing on Instagram showing some guy hitting a foul ball into like the camera, right? And it kind of segued over to his sales, and he's making it work. He's kicking butt, and that and my example totally make me a firm believer is if you have the quality stuff, people want good stuff. Okay. Now, I think the secondary crap stuff is stuff that people will settle for. Like I have these old LPs and they're not in the best condition. VG/VG plus, maybe sometimes even worse. And people are still buying them because they're settling for rather than spending 30, $40 for the really good copy. They're buying, spending $10, $15 for the questionable copy. And it's not because it's great. It's because, it fits a need within a certain price point. But if you had the good stuff, like when I changed over my main store to just selling the good stuff, right? You're going to see an uptick in sales because you have more people gravitate towards the more expensive stuff. And let me tell you something, guys. If I'm in an item for $2 that I can sell for 100 versus an item that I'm in for $2 that the market says is only worth 40, I'm going to have an easier time selling that first item because I can come way down in price and still be happy with my profit. But how far can you come down if you're already starting at $40? Even if $20 isn't doing it, how happy you're going to be on selling that $2 item for 15, over time? Are you going to hold on to it, waiting for that unicorn buyer? My particular philosophy is, I have offers on almost all my stuff now. So I'm pricing it at market. Let's say market says the item is I bought it for 15, it's selling for 125, and I get an offer for 80. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Chances are I'm going to take it because I'm going to take that money, recoup what I put into it, and go out and pick up more stuff like I did today. So that's kind of what your mentality is. Now, if getting good quality stuff is hard for you to do, maybe you turn off best offers and just try to wait for that buyer that's going to pay you the price you think it's worth. That's why it's so hard to, tune into these shows and say, I'm going to do it just like him or just like that person, because we all have a different circumstance. And your ability to source might be like the way it was for me last year, might not be like it is for me this year. And so you just got to make it work for you the best you can. Jovial Juggler says, do you think your Bonanza sales will pick up now? There's a new sheriff in town. I don't know about this new sheriff, but my Bonanza sales are, I don't even know why I bother even looking. I have a tab open so I can just hit refresh, but it's the same sad screen that pops up.
Same sad screen.
Yeah, it is what it is. Gail Carlson says it's 300-mile move, so not an easy one.
Yeah, those aren't easy. I'll be praying for you, girl.
And let me go back to this whole Bonanza thing. We might, I think, close this one down and link the secondary account to this Bonanza instead, because no one's paying the ASP that I want. That's probably why I'm not getting any sales recently on Bonanza, because I don't have a lot of the smaller ticket items that I think we sold 3 items this year. So maybe that's the ticket. I don't know. Mikey Myers, I just made a $400 sale. Awesome. That's what it's about.
Woo-hoo.
Now, a lot of people would freak out for a $400 sale, like, oh no, what if they do a chargeback? Guys, what can you do? I sold a Sonos. For those of you who don't know what a Sonos is, it's one of those wireless speakers, and it's a Sonos stand, and it was white and silver. And I took a lot of photos. I had some stock photos in there because I'm not going to assemble this damn thing. I don't have a Sonos speaker to put on it to show you what it looks like when the Sonos speaker is on the stand. So, but I had photos of the item that's taken apart inside the internal packaging of the box. So sold this item. I think I bought it for 15. Sold it for 125, I think. And so that was back in February. I get an email from this person last night saying that this open box, the box was damaged. The outer part of the box was kind of beaten up because of sticker damage, right? And handling. But the internal was internal packaging and all that.
Are you okay?
Mm-mm. We're back, guys. First of all, I had a little one of these Ricolas to try to get my voice going, and it went down the wrong pipe as I was talking. And then all of a sudden, I pushed something on the computer, and everything shut down. So,
welcome to our life.
I'm just a hot mess, guys. I apologize. But yeah, as far as like what was going on with that sale, I apologize. I had the $125 sale, and I thought everything was fine. They got the item, a couple weeks goes, and I get a message, and they took time to write up this little thing, looked like a meme, that they had an arrow pointing to the box saying box is not in good open box condition, and they try to say that, oh yeah, I was missing parts. And of course, it's a global shipping customer, and I think they're in Canada, but they hit me up knowing that they're going to um, get somebody that probably doesn't want to mess with return shipping. So I said, well, I don't understand. I said, pretty much you've had this item for 3 weeks. They ended their thing saying, let me know if there's something that we can arrange. That means they're trying to fish for a partial refund. Person has one feedback. And for me, it's like, I'm in the mode of, I'm not playing a game. I'll pay the money to ship it back, but guess what? Comes back. I have photos that this item was complete when I shipped it. So you ship it back without the parts. You ship it back in a different condition. Even if it's a remorse return, you're what you claim isn't what happened. You ain't getting that original shipping back. That's just the way it is. So let me know how you guys handle that kind of thing when you get one of those shakedown artists and you call their bluff. That's what I would do. That's certainly what I would do. So sorry about that, guys. I went into like weirdo mode for a second. So stupid. And then I'm like, what's going on with the computer? Both monitors went out. And I'm like, what did I do?
He just looks at me and I'm like, are you okay?
Troy, I didn't get your first message because we lost a lot of the comments, but maybe this is nature's way of saying.
Troy said, because he said he was talking about the auctions that were ended.
Okay.
That had ended but didn't sell, and he didn't relist them, but eBay did.
Yeah, I would. What can you do? I would avoid auctions, guys. Look, if you're dealing with 99-cent auctions and you don't have a high-end demand item, it's an item that you cannot find a comp for. That's the only time I'd use auctions, guys. If it's an item you cannot find a comp for and you do not know the value, the real resale value of that item, that's the only time I'd be using auctions, guys. There's people that are actually looking, resellers that are looking to find these low ticket items so that they can buy and just price it properly on a fixed price listing when you should be doing that. So, I did that to try to move stuff in my store, and yeah, I did a lot of 99-cent sales. I mean, what's 99 cents, guys, when potentially it could sell for more than that? So I don't know. I think auctions are for the most part dead, because if you have a good item with demand, you're going to get your price anyway, right? TikTok says that's a terrible ratio for a business. That's why I held back on eBay. Too much work for too little return. Yeah. Flipping Sports Guy says today's video complained about the dollar value, but then admitted most of the sales were media items. So naturally sales would be down if it was mainly media. Yeah. He has a lot of stuff. He gets a lot of stuff from the bins. He's been sitting on a lot of stuff for many years that he's just now listed out of storage. He's going to make his money over time, right? But my thing is, you can get someone in there, maybe someone on Fiverr, get him to dig in and start updating those listings. The set it and forget it method, guys, for selling on eBay is not a good idea.
It's a bad idea.
You have to be in there in your older listings and getting stuff updated. You may not even look at an item after you've listed it to know that maybe you have it listed in the wrong category. You piggybacked off of somebody else's listing. They had it totally in the wrong place. See that all the time. I have to correct that all the time when I'm in listings. And, there's just probably so much money left on the table when you ignore a listing, I think. Biscuit Butt says, Tommy, a little late to the party. You must have had to crack open a new bottle of Poppy Van Winkle. Tommy Bernard says, I'm sure the amount of people searching for Jim Neighbors' Golden Years CD is astronomical. Hey, be nice to Jim Neighbors. I just sold a Frank Sinatra's.
You have no idea.
'Twas the night before Christmas. Okay.
We sell some records
Frankie.
that I'm like, I have no idea who this person is.
But I'm still waiting to sell my Fat Mattress record. There's a rock band in the 60s named Fat Mattress. Who the hell? But, I regress.
They had some really creative names back in the day.
Right. We have tubs of these records, right? So I told Jenna, I said, look, do me a favor. I'm going to give you a stack of these records. Go through, look at the comps. There's sold comps. We're going to sell it. There's no sold comps. I ain't here trying to find out if someone's missing, Jim Neighbors' Wonderful Life or whatever it is. To me, it's about comps, and maybe, just maybe, there's gonna be one of those records that's such a rare one that I'm gonna throw away. Oh well, I just don't have time for that. Biscuit, but I want to know how and why Jim Neighbors is even on your mind. David M says, hello everyone. Hello John and Jenna. Hey David, how you doing? Tommy says, the Courtney Brothers Banjo Blues box set. Probably can't keep enough in stock. That's funny. I just had a Tesla album that sold for 40 something bucks, believe it or not. And No One Design says, the hell is Jim Neighbor? Yeah, well, look it up. Probably not worth spending a lot of time on. Jovial, so last week I whined about eBay removing 3 of my listings while 5,100 plus listed, 3,700 plus sold. Yeah, I bet it's all perspective. I mean, you're always going to look at how your performance is. So, you're always going to look at your performance. So if your performance says, look, I sell 10 a day, but I'm only selling 7, you're going to come on here and maybe say something about it. And somebody's like, I'd love to sell 7. So, you just never know how that's going to be. Lawrence Trombley says, does the place where you get the pallet from know you're opening it up on YouTube? Yes. That's part of the agreement. They approached the channel. They came to me about, I'd say, a month ago. And they said, we'd like to maybe work with your channel and see what we can do. We're a liquidation company. We know you deal with liquidation, have a lot of experience with liquidation. And it's the same company that's dealt with some pretty bigger channels in the past. And so to me, it's like, okay, well, I mean, the only way I can see this working is, if you want to send me a pallet and I'll do an unboxing, that's kind of the investment you would make, to do something like this, not charging you anything up front. You're going to be in front of thousands of people who might be looking for a way to source, maybe a new way to get their items. And they first said, well, maybe it's better if you just come to the facility here in California and do a walkthrough of our facility. But it dawned on me, it's like, I don't know these people from Adam. They sound like nice people. I've talked to them. We've met them at ASD. But you could put a happy face on a bad product. I've seen it before. So I want to be able to know that who I'm dealing with, I can happily put in front of my buyer, or not my buyers, my audience. And I don't want to steer you guys wrong. So I want to be able to give you, and they told me, look, we're going to send you a pallet. We want your honest feedback. If it's crap, say it's crap. So that's what my plan is. I'm going to have this unboxing, looking forward to it actually. And we're going to be honest, because, having just probably at least now 75 plus pallets in the last 3 or 4 years, I think I have a pretty good idea what I'm looking for in a pallet and what I'm not. And the goal is to say, yeah, this is going to work, or for my audience, or it's not. And if it does, then we'll probably visit their facility and maybe do more with this company. We're going to give you an opportunity to maybe get a discount on a pallet. If you see something, if you see the pallet, you like the way it looks, maybe it's the type of thing that you're looking to source, then I'm going to give you every opportunity. I'm not going to make anything personally off of you buying from this company. Let's put it out there like that. My main focus is not how much money I can make off of a sponsor. It's really delivering a product that you guys could possibly use. And I'm going to give you an honest assessment of that, because at the end of the day, if I tell you about something and it turns out to be crap for you, how does that make me look? So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a cool little thing. We'll put it out tomorrow, with or without a voice. So we're going to do that. Warpig says, I'm only in this for the tax breaks. eBay so sucks. Yeah. Let's see. Jovial says, no resolution from eBay rep. The other day I received a notification from eBay encouraging me to purchase the exact same item. Mad City revealed, well, PP last week had $1,200 week. I sold a set of,
Whelp.
It says, well, PP. I'm just
Whelp.
reading what I'm not interpreting.
Look at me. Whelp.
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 Yeah. Last week had 1,200 a week. I sold a set of rope crystal wall sconces for almost 200, ran out of bubble wrap. So I went to Walmart to buy some more just for this order. Yeah. And they get you on the Walmart wrap. Sucks. We have
highway robbery.
We have more wrap coming this week. Some of it was delayed getting here, but we're going to get some more through American Bubble Boy. They don't sponsor this channel. If you are watching American Bubble Boy, hit me up, because I know that a lot of the folks watching can benefit from a discount or two if they click on a link.
Tommy, we already know how you feel.
Anytime Picker Roman. I know one thing: if James had glitches on eBay during the weekend, then everyone had glitches. Yeah, I just want to know. Look, I watch a lot of his videos, and I'm trying to learn. I really, really want to learn about, these servers and glitches and stuff like that. It's like,
I just want to know how he knows.
Well, it's like this, when you go, I'll just use a bad analogy that most of you guys won't even relate to, but I'll say it anyway. Like when you go bowling, right? You're going to try to strike either way. That's your main goal, is to try to throw a strike, regardless of anything else that's happening around you. You're not going to just say, okay, I won't try this time. So you got to put your best effort forward, regardless of what's going on. And it's good to know, I guess, like we tell you about the bank thing that happened over the weekend. Many of you guys don't even sell on Etsy, but it's good to at least be aware, have a pulse as to what's going on in the world as it affects reselling. And that was sort of the purpose of putting out that video. And I'm sure that's kind of the purpose why he puts out his videos talking about the glitches, but I just want to learn about it. That's kind of what I'm saying. Simplify, when my brother lost his dog, he found that fixing grandpa's stove and kitchen he made for my sister fixed for my niece to help him out. Sorry for the loss.
Yeah, thank you.
And Jen is in charge of like the notifications and stuff, and that's something she likes to do. It gets her creative side going, so I'm sure she'll get lost in that a little bit.
Bites, the pamphlet that they make and you give to people. Just the more creative side is my forte.
Tommy says eBay is perfectly fine, not an issue. Run the business off data, not laziness or cheap buy cost. Um, I agree to a point. Cheap buy costs can be wonderful. Okay. Had a viewer ask me about some shirts that, like Da Vinci shirts that are from, what the heck is his name now?
Vinci.
Yeah, Da Vinci shirts by
Oh,
what the heck? Charlie Sheen is the I guess the face of that company or whatever, that type of shirts. And he said I can get like a bunch of these at $4 a pop. And am I doing good? Well, all you gotta do is look at the comps. Saw that they were selling for like 30, $35 a piece. I said, yeah. I said, but I would be trying to figure out how do you get them for $3, and maybe buying all what he has, get you a little bit lower. So to me, that's the main way to succeed at this game. You might be paying up a little bit more for something that's cute, something you like, but I mean, look, if it ain't selling all that fast as compared to what you can buy differently, maybe you don't want to sell this other kind of item, but maybe that's how you're going to make your money. So if you're doing this gig on the side, you got a 9 to 5, it don't matter. Sell what you like. But if you're relying on this income for most of your money to pay your bills, stop looking at what you like. Start looking at what the buyers want. And you do that through sourcing through comps, looking at what sells before you buy it. Eddie Estrada, my storage unit rose my rent from 122 to 155. I'd rather look for another place, but since it's across the street from a neighborhood, just have to deal with it. It's a 10 by 10. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it though, $33 additional a month, cost average out to about $1 a day. Is that worth, saving 10, $15? Because chances are the place across town is probably, gone up in price too. So they're probably not that much more expensive than the next guy.
or if they aren't yet, they could go up too later on.
So Mark says, I think we all look forward to your live every Monday and Friday. Thank you very much, John and Jenna. Yeah, we just enjoy it. Look,
Thank you, Mike.
I don't want to be on this island. I want to be able to reach out to folks.
Hey, as it is, let me just tell you, we have been so consumed in so many things this weekend. We didn't even know about the time change.
Yeah.
How sad is that? I came in here and I asked him, and it's so silly. I said, honey, why are all the clocks wrong in the kitchen? The microwave and the oven, they show the time. I said, we're off by an hour, but my phone says it's, 7, but it's at 6:00. And he's like, I don't know. So I go and we get in bed and we Google it and we're like, we missed daylight savings time.
Yeah, we lost an hour of sleep.
Idea.
Flipping Sports Guy says my impressions on views have never been higher than the last week's sales too. Yeah,
that's great.
Let's see. Mad City Revealed says, oh, I bubbled them 5 times over. Well, guess what? eBay sides of the buyer. I eat 189 and eBay overdrafts my account almost 150.
Oh.
Wonderful weekend. Yeah, that sucks. And to me, I'm going to a weekly payout instead of a daily. Something I've been wanting to do for a while, but it's one of those things where you want to make sure that you have an account set up that's just dedicated for the deposit of these funds, something that you can easily move out to your main personal account, and something that has an overdraft protection. So I think like most places give you a couple $100 overdraft. So if something like this happens, then you're not getting hit with fees or craziness, right? But it happened to me last week, and it drives me crazy because eBay came out and said that, look, if there is a shortage of funds, because every Tuesday they like to take out the previous week or two, the fees for like your shipping labels, right? UPS and FedEx, because they get billed every week. And so if you're not, let's say I don't have a good sales day on Monday, there's not any money on Tuesday in the account. Well, they're going to hit your, personal bank account, but according to their own policy, they're supposed to give it X amount of days before they do that to give you time to get money in the account. So thankfully I had money in that account. It didn't bother me. It didn't screw me up. But the idea that they're just randomly hitting my account, not even a full day after they see a shortage, they're trying to get their money. It was like 100 and something bucks. They could have waited for that. So it's unnecessary, and they're not following their own processes. That's the thing that's frustrating about it. Flippin' Sports Guy says the biggest eBay glitch is Roman himself.
Wow.
Right. Roman's a good guy.
Roman is a good guy.
Mikey says that's the thing, getting quality items for cheap. That is the thing. And so it's been my thing. Yard sales are great at that. If you know your game, you know, you go up to a yard sale, you see a bunch of things that catch your eye. And the first thing you do is say, okay, what do you want for this thing? And they come at you with a high price. To me, it's time to take on a new tactic. All right, you want $10 for this item. I probably can only sell for 30. So that's probably not a very good buy. So, okay, I see you have 15 similar items. How much do you want for all of them? You know, give me a number. What kind of deal would you give me if I bought all of them? Well, there's 15. They may come back and say $70. Well, you just cut your cost in half to like less than $5 a piece. And that might be worth it for you to do that. You know, case in point, those shoes, that lady never contacted me back, by the way.
I am over the lady.
I'm over that too, because I'm on to bigger and better things. Yeah. But when I took those Adidas Ultra Boosts and I said, how much for this pair? And she says $8. And then I look out and see a sea of shoes. You know, my first thing was, okay, how much for all of them? And she had to do a double take. And then I just threw a number out. I said, $200. I'll give you $200 for every shoe that's out there. And she's like, yeah. I don't know what her motivation is. I didn't know what their motivation was. The motivation turned out to be they're just trying to clear out the garage. And, you know, it worked. You never know unless you ask. And there's a lot of people that come on here and say, you know, poo-poo to you for, you know, ripping people off. Well, it ain't a rip off unless you steal it. Otherwise, if they accept your money, then they're happy to take it. Okay. I got Roman here. Tommy would like to thank you for pointing him in the right direction every week. Otherwise, he would start making YouTube videos about eBay glitches that affect his eBay store. Oh, thank you, Roman. You didn't have to do that, man. And I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I can maybe take that $10 and try to find me a pair of earbuds at the bins. But I'd be overpaying, wouldn't I?
You would be.
Yeah. But thank you, Roman. I appreciate that. Let's see. Biff Boffo, John hacking up a Ricola did just get me a sale, but I didn't need that badly. Yeah. Next time I choke on one, you're going to get a sale. Jeez, sorry, guys.
It's a shit show over here.
And I was thinking to myself,
basis. It's just amped up today.
And I was thinking to myself, would I rather just die than have to come back and try to explain that I just, you know, what a dummy I am.
He wants to crawl underneath the desk.
It's just a little reseller that died on a live stream eating a Ricola. Sorry, guys. Oh. Anytime Picker Archie, for that, you'll have to send $10,000 super chat to Tommy Cash. Blithering Rondo says, I just got a lifesaver stuck in my throat once. They put a hole in the middle for a reason. They did. That's why they made those.
They did.
I read that. Mm-hmm. And let's see. Baubles, blings, and needful things. I've inhaled a cough drop before like that, and it's terrifying. It'll rattle you big time, especially being older. Yeah. I wasn't sure how far it went down, and I'm like, okay, do I cough at this point?
Yeah, when his eyes went that big, that's when I was like.
I'm like, she asked, so I'm sure. I'm like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm not sure. But maybe it's just like, okay, we're going to cut the camera off.
I mean, I guess it was perfect timing.
Shout out to my production crew to shut everything down. They got my back. Appreciate that. No one designed. Wait, is that choke just made John's voice better? Or is it me? Maybe it helped, but I'm back to raspiness. Nick Picker says, did you say it was global shipping? It was a global shipping. I don't know how much they paid. I went back in and saw they're from Canada. And after that response, it was yesterday evening, somewhat early, they never got back to me. So maybe based on my response, I said, look, not sure what you're asking for, because I want them to ask it. Number one, I want them to explicitly come out and say, give me $20 back. because if they leave me a negative feedback, that's extortion. Okay. Feedback extortion. You can't ask for something that's not part of the sale. So I'm wanting them to tell me what they want. Okay. But at the end of the day, I'll just say, look, open a return. Please know though that the photos show what I sent you. So I'm expecting that back. And if you're saying that something wasn't included that was not in the photos, so you can't expect the speaker, for instance, when it's just a stand, you're not getting a full refund on that. You're not getting your outbound shipping back. Yeah. That's for sure. Or pig, never sell anything on eBay you're not willing to put in the trash can before you send it. And you might be into something for $100 that you sold for 1,000. That's a little different. You're going to feel a little different about that. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of people look at the amount that they spent on shipping. They look at the money that was deposited in their account by eBay, and they think that's their money. And it's sort of like being at the casino. You're sitting at the blackjack table. You have stacks of chips in front of you, but that ain't your money until you actually cash out, till that period is over with where you can get that money. So this other person bought a joystick. It's one of those Thrustmaster Xbox One flight joysticks, like it simulate you're in an airplane. And I think I bought it for about $20, sold it for about 100. And they said something to me a couple weeks ago as to, yeah, this ain't working right with my Xbox, blah, 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 blah. Didn't hear anything back from them until I got a thing that popped up today that says there's a case opened and your funds for this transaction are going to be on hold. I'm like, what the hell? I said, well, why didn't he just open a return? But I went back and looked, and this was now 40 something days old, the transaction. And eBay came back and said, we found the case in your favor. The buyer didn't get money from eBay, and they missed their chance to return the item. Very strange to me, because in the past, eBay has always given that message where they try to guilt you into accepting a return beyond the 30 days. And hopefully that's a change. Good. Don't ask me about violating my own return policy. Just support it by saying to the buyer, no, we can't help you. And that's what they did here. So kudos to eBay for that. Nick says, why would you take a return on a global shipping sale? Well, for one, it's based on the what they said. It was a way to call their bluff. Okay, sometimes you call their bluff and they'll go away. I knew there's nothing wrong with that stand. Number two, if there's damage to the stand, we can contact Global Shipping by them opening a return. We can talk to eBay about covering the buyer's refund, because it's happened in the past. I sold this pretty expensive frying pan, sent it to South Africa. I guess they don't have enough frying pans in South Africa. And it got dinged, got dented. And we shipped it pretty good in a box, actually, too. And somehow it got dinged. And eBay said, have them open a return. And they made the buyer whole. They didn't touch my money. And that was the end of it. Because you don't know, once it leaves the country, I mean, I guess even before it leaves the country, you don't know how it's being handled. But there's a process in place in the United States. I can't know how that shipping company in Pakistan is going to handle it once it gets off the plane. And that's always been my argument with global shipping. And that's why eBay charges such high fees to the buyer for global shipping, because they do have to come out of pocket sometimes. Been credible deals. Hey, I finally made your live. Thanks for all the info. You two rock. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks
Nice
for hanging out with us. Let's see. War Pig. I hit the like button. My sales went from 205 to 224. No way. But that's awesome. Even if you got one sale, that's really good.
Come on. For real?
Purple Cactus Sales says, just made the chat. We're in Arizona, so we don't move clocks forward.
Yeah. My grandma used to live in Arizona.
Silver Hair Stacker says, yeah, auction a baseball bat. Started for 25. Happy with that. Sold today for 135. So, I was thinking about that. If you are going to mess with auctions, find your low point. Start there. Don't start at 99 cents, because I just don't think there's enough people anymore. It's the type of buyer that we had 10 years ago isn't the same kind of buyer now, who wants to wait your 5 days, your 7 days to when that item's over with. And if they do, they're going to try to snipe anyway, meaning they're going to wait till the last second to bid. Find your low point, find what you would be happy with above and beyond that as your buy it now price, since it's free anyway to add to your auction. And that's what I would do. A lot of people, they would start off at maybe their cost after fees. That's a good starting point, but don't start. I think 99-cent auctions are just not a good idea. Let's see. Eddie says, I start my auctions at $4.91 plus shipping. Now, why is that? I'm curious as to that number. Now, maybe you're buying stuff for $4 on average. That's your cost. So you're figuring in eBay fees. So I get that. No harm, no foul if you sell it at $4.91. You're not satisfied with that, but at the end of the day, you're not losing. The key about eBay is you can't lose money. You cannot put yourself in a position, whether you accidentally, and this has happened to us before, you accidentally hit the wrong policy and you have free shipping on that 20-pound item. It's happened. It's a mistake. But sometimes it causes you to lose money. One thing I want you guys to watch out for, be careful on the app. I've noticed that some of the apps, when I'm launching listings or creating drafts with the app, it's assigning its own random weight. Like it'll have a 20-pound item and it assigned 1 pound 9 ounces. I'm like, where the hell did it come up with that? Came up with its own dimensions of the box. And sometimes it'll come up with a different policy, like free shipping or $7.99 policy, when all I want on most of the stuff I'm listing is a calculated policy. Connie Machau says, do you end your old listings and sell similar? Yes. So what I'll do, and I do it probably on every Thursday. So I'll go in, and anything that's older than a couple days, I'll just go in and wipe out. So first of all, you want to make sure your ended items is all empty. So like, for instance, if you sell something off of Bonanza, it automatically ends that item. It'll put it into your ended items, right? Maybe something happens and you decide that you're going to end an item because you sold it on a different platform. And if you forget about that and you go in and list those, you're going to end up listing an item that you never intended to sell because that was already sold somewhere else. So go in and end all your items, then go in and end or delete all your ended items, and then go in and end all your current listed items that are older than 2 days. And then I'll go back to my ended and launch a sell similar, maybe make some tweaks, maybe deduct the price, lower the price by like 2%, something like that. Sometimes not. And what it does is it gives the item a new item boost for the next like 48 hours. And that carries over into the weekend. And that's kind of what I like to do. Nick says, first thing I do now is check category when I do sell similar off of someone else's listing. Lilac Seller, I totally have a Fat Mattress album in my collection.
Fat Mattress?
Fat Mattress. I don't know. Fat Mattress is a good band. Just
Fat Mattress.
I don't know. I think it's like it's like one of those band names that kind of make me giggle, like the Backdoor Men.
That is terrible.
It was a 1960 album, but it kind of cracked me up. The Monster Loon is in the house. Thanks for hanging out with us today. See if I can get some questions here, guys. Purple Cactus says, unbox the pallet, then let us buy the items wholesale.
No.
I don't, guys, we're all kind of in the same boat. I mean, I have good sourcing and all that, but once I get, this is a goal, eventually at some point, if I can get a warehouse, something I've talked with Archie about. It's going to take really me maximizing my room and my space here at this house before I consider that. But if I'm doing that, I'm making enough money to be able to spend for the extra overhead on something like that. And if I get into opportunities where I have lots of merchandise, that's something that at that point I'd consider maybe doing something for the group, because I just have too much to deal with on my own. But I'm not there yet. Been credible deals. How will you know your liquidator won't just send you better pallet just for advertising? Well,
that was our question to him when we were at ASD.
Yeah.
I asked him that same question, and his answer was,
well, they're not a fly-by-night company.
Yeah.
So they're looking to retain longevity with their business. So, they may, like some fly-by-nights, they may be happy they just screwed somebody over on a pallet, but you should know, at least they should know, they're never going to get that business again. The goal is to, like a niche store, right? You want to try to find ways to get more of the same repetitive customer back, keep that customer base. So if you find that this particular liquidator is going to meet your needs, you're going to go back to them, right? So they have every incentive to just give me an honest pallet. That's all I'm asking for. So I'm, talking to this guy. He was really cool up front. I can tell when I'm being BS'd. I've been in the liquidation business long enough to know when someone's blowing smoke. I've had smoke blown on me from a CEO of a major company to know that I was, being told what I wanted to hear. And that's not what was happening here. So I wouldn't bring it to you guys.
Words can sound so sweet and so great, but you have to back it up with your actions.
And what'll happen is, look, you're going to say, look, I bought a pallet from this place you told me to buy a pallet from. I got crap. And the first thing I'll say is, look, reach out to this guy. He's going to make it right. Tell me what he does. And if the end result is you're just holding the bag and not getting anything close to what you thought, and then there's crap when it comes to liquidation, there's crap in your loads. It's always going to be hit and miss. But if there's more miss than hit, then I want to know about it, because we're going to talk about it on this channel. I'm going to reach out to that person and saying, hey, I'm getting reports that, my viewers are getting crap pallets, and we're going to be talking about it. So are you going to make them whole, or what's going to happen here? So there's accountability. Okay. Like I said, with this, you're going to have a link to get a discount, and I ain't getting, and that's 100% honest truth. We didn't sign a contract. We didn't do anything but just shake hands. They're sending me a pallet to review. I get to keep and sell that pallet. That's pretty much my compensation. It is my compensation. And whether you guys buy 100 pallets or 0 pallets, I get nothing from that. So, we're going to see what it looks like. And I will give you an honest assessment of what that pallet looks like and what I think of it. It says that it looked like they'll send John an amazing box to make them look legit. But
that's exactly what I asked him. I said, we are very honest with our viewers, and we will not sugarcoat anything. I won't. He won't. And so there will be no, if we are going to recommend, if this turns out to be a thing and it goes south in some direction, you're going to know about it.
See, this channel isn't about a money grab. Okay. There's a lot of channels out there that are focused on a money grab. They will take a bad situation. Let's say like the bank run situation, potential bank run situation, or the bank closing situation of the weekend. And if you watch the video long enough, it'll turn into, hey, by the way, send me this amount of money and I can do X, Y, Z for you, or you can join this group. That pisses me off. Okay. Because not every video has to be a money grab. And the video I'm making tomorrow is pretty much, look, if this company can help one person find a different place to source, then hey, I got a little extra merchandise to sell on the back end, and I'm sharing information with you guys, that kind of thing. But it's not about making money. Yeah, we make money on this channel. We get ad revenue from YouTube. And to me, that's good enough. As the channel grows, that's going to be a really nice little chunk. I think after you get 20,000 subs, if you get a good amount of viewers to go along with that, it's a nice little supplement to what, maybe you're making. I'm not a greedy individual when it comes to that. I realize the type of information we give out is enough, and I don't need you guys to get screwed over. So that's my number one priority, is to make sure that you guys get the good information, and it's not because, here I am trying to make a little money on the side. It ain't about that. Let's see. Nick Picker says, I don't think he knows. That's just a theory he has on the server issues. Definitely something goes on though. Yeah, I just want to know what it is. It shouldn't be a secret. If it's affecting our business, eBay should be transparent about it. The flipping sports guy says, I laugh when someone told me to sell 90s junk wax cards on Etsy because they're vintage. LOL, no collector considers the 90s vintage no matter what clothing resellers say. It's a cute little word to throw under your title, I think. Once your item this was bought in 2003. We can start calling that vintage now.
That just makes me feel so old.
Yeah. No Design says, why is a clothing reseller telling people to sell cards? LOL. Cat-eyed goddess says, hello, I was wondering if anyone else has a recent epidemic of non-payers and why in 2023 isn't eBay doing what the majority of retailers do, charge a payment method. Non-payers suck.
That's a very good question.
I have 4 non-paying buyers right now.
I have one on Hot Desert too.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I have 3.
We have 3.
I have a $40 sale plus shipping, $35 plus shipping, and a $10 tortilla plus shipping. I don't know if I have any hope. One was from the 10th. One was from yesterday. I've sent out invoices.
$2.99
plus shipping.
Plus shipping.
What is that? Paw Patrol Jet to the Rescue DVD movie. Okay.
And this is how many days?
Here we are. We're about a little more than a month beyond
11.
the seller update where eBay said they're going to start implementing this. I haven't seen any more instant payments on offers than I had before they announced it. So again, stop talking to us, eBay. We want more transparency and communication. But if you can't deliver on what you promised, just don't say anything. Just let us find out one day that people are paying for our stuff and stop disappointing everyone. PTS Treasures, I currently have 4 non-payers from the weekend, 230 on hold. It bites for sure.
Right.
And that doesn't even count towards your revenue for the day until that money comes in, which I kind of like. But, what can you do? Can you harass the buyer? I mean, beyond sending my invoice, I don't go above and beyond that. Let's see. Eric forgot savings time.
I literally have never forgotten. And when that happened, I was shocked.
Eddie wears a Casio atomic watch with Bluetooth and solar powered. Bluetooth allows you to adjust the watch settings on your phone and has a watch finder. I stopped wearing my iWatch. I sold my Apple Watch a while ago when all I use it for is to find out how far I am from the sand trap. It's time to get rid of the watch. Silver Hair Stacker, John at Yard Sales. Do you have any Jim Neighbors albums? Hey,
yeah.
Look, I've learned so much in selling albums that I know what to look for now. So I'm looking for anything. If it's in good condition, I don't care who it is. I'm buying it. Let's see. Dirt is better than diamonds. I got a life hack for this reason. You never know when someone's going to choke. You only have a couple of minutes to act. Seeing you choke almost sent me running for I can help. LOL. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully that's my screw up for the day. I'm feeling good, but in fact, when I put that thing in my mouth, I'm all okay. This can be kind of tough to do, but those Ricolas help. And I just wanted to make it through the live. That's all.
These things are the best. My mom suggested them because we had some really bad ones that didn't even do anything. And with the razor blade feeling that we've been having, these are like a lifesaver. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
Resell King Roman doing a 1K subscriber giveaway live. I need to go to your bins to get all those iPads you don't find in the giveaways. So yeah, when is he doing that?
I want to know who's Roman, are you really finding iPads at the bins?
Yeah.
We would never find that.
Hey Roman, what you can do, man, is when we're done here, then just start up your live and we'll send everyone over to your channel. What they call that, a raid? Yeah, I'd be glad to do that. Now we won't be able to be on there maybe until maybe at the end, because we're gonna have to get outside.
Well, who knows? He does like
He
to.
loves those long
he
lives.
loves long lives.
Let's see. Nick says on GSP, once they talk return or refund, I say call eBay. It's on them. Once it leaves their facility, and I've never had to take a return, but that's part of the process in the buyer opening a return, and then they basically take care of the refund that way. Alan Hallstrom says, why do you think some seller says it won't accept return, although eBay will force them to accept the return anyway? Well, a lot of sellers who, for whatever reason, don't want to stand behind their product. I don't know what it is. They don't want to deal with these buyers. They don't want to deal with the return. They just want to sell it and forget it. But you can't say no returns. I mean, you can, but
you can say it all day long, but it's not gonna do anything.
It means nothing. I mean, we had a parts or return tablet that I said would not turn on for us. I'm not able to test anything on this tablet. It just doesn't work. Put it up for like $15 plus shipping. If you can make it work, then awesome for you. Okay. No returns. Put no returns. Okay. This is when I found out that you can't say no returns. So I put no returns as the policy. Guess what? They found a way to get the darn thing to work. And guess what? It was password protected. So they opened a return because they said that I failed to disclose it was password protected. Well, how the heck am I supposed to know that? So eBay sided with them, forced me to take the return. You cannot say no returns on eBay, because if the buyer wants to force the issue, they can say item not as described. You're on the hook for the cost of the return label. And that's just the way it is. So give them 30 days, buyer pays on the larger stuff. If you're top rated, want to get that 10% discount on your seller fees, then offer free returns. TikTok is good info. We'll start with auction price and buy it now items. Thank you, John. Yeah. Hope it works for you. Great Deals Depot. What number do you call if you need to speak to someone at eBay about my selling account? The best way to do it is to go into help and contact, which is kind of the top part of your eBay page there on the PC, and then type in, this is just a weird way of doing it, but not only do I want to get a rep on the phone, I want to get a US rep. So I'll type in sneaker authentication in the search, and then I'll go down where it says need more help. And usually at this point, there's a chat. They must have changed this. Or actually, contact eBay. Click on contact eBay, and then go to the bottom where it says contact us and selling. So they've changed it around a little bit, but selling, and then put your reason. Now, I think they changed this so the sneaker authentication team isn't getting people to call them anymore. But find where it says to chat. And then if you could find
it's
this
right on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it says where to chat, and then just put have someone call me. And then it'll say, have us call you or chat with an agent. That's the best way to do it. There's people out there who have dedicated phone numbers to because they have anchor stores. I mean, good luck finding that. There is a number. I wish I had it on. I don't have it in front of me here, where you can call eBay and get like the automated service, and then you have to talk to it for a minute before they transfer you. But if someone has that number, go ahead and post it. But the way to do it on your computer is just to go through help and contact. Deportes NL Recuerdo says, I meant to list a heavy item at $89 plus shipping. I listed at $8.99 free shipping. I'm in Florida and sold it to California. Contact the buyer, explained she didn't like it, but wasn't going to ship the item. No way. Yeah. And you got to cancel.
That has happened to him on a few occasions.
Not recently.
It was years ago,
Yeah.
But it has happened, and it's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's painful, right? So once you get the pain a couple times, you start looking for it, so you don't deal with that anymore. Yeah. Joey Oliver says, do listings with free shipping sell better than listings without free shipping? It's in my experience that it's not necessarily the case. You may get a better boost because you offer free shipping, but there's a lot of people who use the lowest price plus shipping option to sort anyway. So if with shipping, your item is going to be cheaper or in the same ballpark with someone that is offering free shipping, it shouldn't hurt you. I mean, ultimately, there's other factors that are involved of having a good listing that help your best match search rank. So I would be focusing on that. But if it's over 2 pounds, I ain't trying to ship anything for free. Not doing it. Let's see. PTS Treasure. So I do have a question. So now I'm cross-listing through vendor and my learning curve changes every day. Do you guys have some cross-listing app suggestions or thoughts? So I don't know what vendor is, but we use Prime Lister. Um, I did not put the link.
What the heck, honey?
Go ahead. You're still there.
I love Prime Lister. We have Prime Lister, and it's so awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. And yeah, I'm a rocket scientist. I didn't really do the best prep for this live, but you can go down here below, and I don't have anything just this yet, but by the time I'm done yapping here, there should be a link to Prime Lister. And the cool thing is they give you like a 2-week trial. So you can go in there and try it without a credit card and see if it's going to work out for you. It's good to get or find a tool like that that's going to allow you to send offers in bulk and automate the Poshmark sharing process, which is a pain in the butt. So that helps as well. Helps generate activity on those accounts because, like,
I love it. I love
yeah.
it. I literally have to tell it what it needs to do, and I can walk away.
Yeah. No design Prime Lister. Ink Frog is more of, I mean, yeah, they do cross listing, but I've never been impressed with Ink Frog. I've had they have Vendu, not vendor.
Vendu.
Yeah. But try what works out best for you. I mean, I think Prime Lister is kind of priced right in the middle there. But if I didn't use it myself, I wouldn't be telling you about it. AEIU from eBay, 100% came by to click the like button so I can get my sale. Yeah, come by, get that free sale. Amazon Seller 99. If you're referring people to a company and risking your reputation, you should get some sort of affiliate compensation. No money grab, just for the business. Yeah, but that's never been important to me. There are like Prime Lister. They gave me like $500 plus like a small percentage of what you pay. And that was kind of the agreement. I was told later on I sold myself short, but I was already using the tool anyway. So why not share it with my friends that, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm using. And, it isn't about trying to make money off of you guys. For some people, it's an opportunity. How can I get or maximize money over and above what YouTube revenue is giving me? And guess what? That's not my motivation. That's never going to be my motivation. There's going to be times, hopefully in the next few years, where this channel is a lot bigger. And I'm going to be making enough, guys, off of YouTube anyway. And yeah, I'm going to have some sponsorships. That's going to help supplement my time and stuff like that. But it isn't about trying to make this a get rich quick scheme. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not trying to get, money.
Likes.
I'm not trying to get your money. I want to help you guys make money. And that's kind of what this channel has always been about. Constance Robinson deported your mistake. I don't know what happened. Someone said something. Amazon seller, 1 in 10 liquidators are good. Takes a bad experience to filter through the bad one to find the good. Yeah, but we're going to find out what this sample looks like. From what I understand, you're going to be able to buy a different sort of liquidation from different sources on their website. But if you reach out to them, they're going to be able to tell you, hey, look, I'm looking for this type of liquidation palette. Tell me what we're looking for. Is it something you can provide? And, they'll do what they can to get it to you if they have it. Ed says, looking forward to trying this liquidator. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what they provide and what kind of feedback that I give on it. No One Design says, don't feel bad to the people who have waiting unpaid sales. I have on average about 180 to 266.
What the?
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. And see, like, for instance, that's an example. So if you're having that many unpaid sales, just imagine how many paid sales you have. Now, to someone, that's awesome. You might be having a bad day, which might be someone's good day. Constance says, talk the talk and walk the walk. Yes. Ping says, I'm a low volume seller, but I haven't filed a non-paying bidder in probably more than 5 years. Well, I'm going to give them a few days. If
we give them the 4 days, and then I like my eBay app to look very clean. And when I have that nasty little thing that says waiting for 3 buyers to pay, that pisses me off.
Yeah. Sherman bought a pallet from Wholesale Ninja, new stock, and they broke it down the pallet to 8 boxes. FedEx effed up and they dropped off wrong house, my street. Driver must be dyslexic. Oh, wow. So that's horrible.
420 delivery went to 402. Maybe he was hitting the 420 a little too hard.
Well,
that's terrible.
That's horrible. So you got to figure that out. But yeah, I know that Wholesale Ninja gives you the option to have it broken down. But to be honest with you, I've seen those pallets and I've never bothered because
I thought we did get one that had a bunch of makeup in it.
Yes, maybe we did. Maybe we did
because of what's her face?
Oh, Lindy Glenn.
Yes.
But it was something that maybe we wanted to try, but I never went back, guys.
No, it was terrible.
Yeah. And I think if that's the case, I let you guys know.
Throwing a lot of it away, and we gave Archie some of the stuff. Remember?
Yeah. It worse says, I has this defect email for eBay I always used, and I never have to waste time calling. Just type my issue and they always resolve it. If I don't like the answer, just send it again. So you can go into eBay for Business on Facebook, on Facebook Messenger. That's another way to contact someone. Mihili Freeman says, anyone have an idea why listing similar results? 0 results now. Seems like eBay has stopped my sales completely the last 7 days. I've had like 1. Check your traffic. If your traffic has died down tremendously, it could be an issue with your store. It's a rare thing, but it happened to me and they had to go and have someone reset my store. This is a couple years ago. PTS Treasure says, Sherman, have had no luck with Wholesale Ninjas, sent a bunch of stuff to our grandbabies instead. Yeah. Silver hair, $2. Can't grab my money. LOL. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, I appreciate you, Silver Hair Stacker, for doing that. You guys don't have to do that, but it's certainly appreciated.
You can't grab my money.
Sherman, we had no luck with Wholesale Ninjas. Sent a bunch of her stuff to our grandbabies. So yeah, I think that's kind of what we did with the stuff. Sherman says 99% of the time, go to use new listing tools, and bottom of the page, a link for have you call is there. Tommy left to source for more shoes. He'll be back in a month. Good on him, though. If look, that's the key in this business. I mean, yeah, scoreboard is how much money you make, right? But to get there, you have to find a good source. So, kudos to him for having the networking skills and meeting up with people. That's the cool thing about this kind of community, right? So we all talk in these chats and these live streams, but look, these are people that are in the same position you are. Maybe, just maybe, someone has extra stock that they're not interested in that you would love to have, but like by asking around or maybe, posting something. Hey, does anyone have, any answer to this question? We help each other out. And that's kind of what this is about. I'm not always going to have the answers. There's hundreds of quality minds that are watching this video that might be able to help you drive in the right direction, right? So instead of being on your eBay island, you take a break, watch this video, watch the live, and get more information than you had at the start of the live. And that's kind of what it's about. Carol says, hi, all. Anyone else having shipping delays after shipping sales out to buyers? I shipped out an item last Monday and still hasn't got to the buyer. First class usually gets there fast. Yeah. Hard to say. I haven't had any issues lately, though.
We haven't so far.
Carol also says, but with this new standard shipping, are they treating first class packages like parcels? Ground rate takes. Yeah, they're not putting those first class packages on air anymore like they once did. It's going to be sent by ground. Baubles, Blings, and Needful Things says, Todd, my desk and chair are free too. Office Max dumpster. I don't care if it was spray painted and sliced. $300 chair. That's what duct tape is for. Make it work. Really, make it work. Woody's Comic Chest. Hello, family. Our sales have picked up considerably. Definitely can see the money changing hands now from the tax money. I think that's what's happening. And I only decided to bring that up.
Telling me this, but I'm like, where's our money?
Look, when I'm sourcing online, and it's something that I've been doing over the last couple months, and I'm used to buying 20 to 25 items in a session, and I'm down to like 10, maybe 5 in a session because I'm not getting the stuff the same amount of, what I was used to getting it for. That tells me that there's other people out there that somehow didn't have it a month ago that have money to outbid me on. And that's fine. It's what it happens. When you go out and about and there's a lot of people at the bins, there's a lot of people at the yard sales. Where are they getting this money? And chances are either they're doing really well with their sales and they're just reinvesting it, or they happen to get their tax return. And I think that's for a lot of people, not this guy, that ain't happening here, but for a lot of people, they're getting their tax return. Silver Hair Stacker says, I'm so tight, I squeak when I walk. Well, darn it. Well, thank you. That means a lot that you sent over that super chat. I appreciate you for that.
Know.
So here's the thing. We're an hour and 40 minutes in. I didn't die.
I need to go check and see if the
mail lady came, because that's an extra trip. We're going to have about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes to go out and set up and to do this video, in addition to going to UPS and maybe the post office. So this is a good time to kind of call it here. And Leonard just got another sale on the live. That's awesome. All I did was get a question, so that sucks. But either way, guys, this is the time of year to get your stuff listed, to get the more expensive things up, guys. Take the extra effort to get more time spent listing, because people are out there spending money. If you ain't going to get the money, then Tommy and I are going to get the money. And I think I'd rather share the wealth. So get your items listed, guys. But getting motivated to get your stuff listed when you just really don't want to, especially on Monday, is just yet another example of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent start to your week, and watch for the video I put out tomorrow on this unboxing. And we will talk to you guys very soon.
Have a great week, guys.
Take care, everyone.